Shanti babes, and welcome back to another video. So
hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked.
I'm redoing this entire video because Logan decided he wanted to interrupt me the entire first video. So I'm just gonna start fresh with you guys. I had notes on this video, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of talk to you guys. I think I want to do a Q&A for my smart lipo procedure in my next video, depending on how well this one does. So go ahead and drop some stuff down below, some questions you want to know, and I really hope this video goes well because I need a lot of people to kind of give me advice and let me know, did I do something wrong? Like, what happened? Why was this procedure like one of the worst things that have ever occurred in my entire life? Like, it was a waste of money in my opinion. It was a waste of time. It was it was a gigantic waste. If I could go through and do it all over again and not do it or wait to do it, I definitely would. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so where do I begin with how this was just all around one of the worst things ever? Let's just go right to, I want to do like a more in-depth video, but let me just talk. So I had found the surgeon that I had went to via Google. I had done so much research in general on smart lipo. I'm the type of person, like, if I get dedicated and focused on something, I want it, I will go for it. And that's what I started doing. I started looking at all these different weight loss procedures. The reason why I did this was because, if you guys know or don't know, last year up until literally the end of the year, our entire apartment was being worked out of. We had to eat out every freaking day, and I gained so much weight, and I wasn't feeling good about myself. I wasn't feeling confident about myself, and I was just like, you know what, I didn't like the way I looked. Like, I would see pictures of myself like in a selfie form. I was like, oh, like, I look so great, but then I would see like my full body and I'd be like, oh my god, like, no, you know, I don't look good. So I was looking at different type of things to do and different surgeries, and there's just so many options. I was getting overwhelmed, and I eventually settled up on smart lipo, and I started watching video after video after video after video. And you know what really sucks? One of the best videos I watched was Chanel Richie's video, and I am so mad I saw it after I got my procedure done, because I literally would have just driven the extra like hour and a half to her surgeon. I am literally so mad. I literally saw it as soon as I was on my surgery. I was just like, okay, a lot of people are going to Sono Bello, and I'm just like, I was reading the reviews on Sono Bello, and I'm just like, I understand a lot of people got it done there. I'm just like, no, I'd want to find somebody where it's their own. I want to find my surgeon where it's his own practice, because I know the only person, like with Sono Bello, you're hiring somebody, like you're hiring a surgeon to work for you, where obviously with anybody, this goes anywhere in life, the person that's going to be most passionate about their craft is somebody that's doing it for themselves and not somebody else. So I was like, I'm going to find somebody that's a surgeon for themselves and has their own practice, their own everything. And I did. And his name is Dr. Michael Nussbaum. He had his own office, his own just everything. And I'm just like, I walked in there, I'm just like, wow, it's really nice. Literally everything about it was nice. And it was a free consultation. I driven like 2.5 hours to it. I wasn't expecting anything crazy, but like, I just wasn't expecting what I received. But I didn't know any better, and I feel like this should have been my first warning sign, and I feel like it already kind of was, but I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm judging too much because there's a lot of things going on, and I didn't really know what to expect from a consultation. But from a consultation, I thought, hey, I would get a lot more information than what I already knew. Like, either just give me the baseline of what smart lipo was. Mind you, I already like cyber stalked his entire social media, and I'm just like, okay, like, I've seen his results. I'm like, this person has a similar body type to me. I'm like, this is what I can look like by the time I'm done with this. This is awesome. I watched somebody else walk out of their smart lipo procedure, and she was just saying, oh, you know, perfectly fine she was, blah blah blah. And I just walked in to do the consultation, and he had like, he has this iPad, he walks around with his iPad everywhere, and he pulled up his Instagram like on like the TV, and I'm just like, because when you first walk into his office, he has like these white chairs, and he has these commercials, and he has like himself in commercials. I'm just like, oh wow, like, this is great, like, oh. But anyway, he walks in with his iPad because he always has like a person, a female attached to him. His whole office is like females, but anyway, he always has like a female attached to him. So it was like his female walked in, and they pretty much just like smart casted his Instagram to the TV, and he just went through and flipped through his Instagram. I'm just sitting here like, I don't need you to flip through. He didn't say anything, he just flipped through his Instagram. I'm just like, I already already did all this, sir. Like, and he was showing me how I guess this one person was a celebrity. I'm just sitting here like, you don't even know who I am. Like, you know what I mean? And this will all come relevant later on in the stories. Yeah, mind you, this all happened at like the end of the July, and it's now I'm sitting here like January. This was like a while ago to me. But anyway, I'm just like, okay, like I really didn't derive any information from this consultation, and this is where the problem lies. I actually started asking a lot of questions the day of my surgery, and as you've seen the video, like he's just not really being helpful. So this is day 1. This is issue 1 here, and this video is literally going to be everything not to do, because I thought I did everything right, and looking back I clearly didn't. But anyway, so that was a consultation, and just we had sat in the office afterwards, and the lady was just talking about they do like insurance and blah blah blah, and like my boyfriend was like, you know what, Kwani, just do it. Like, you know, you did your research already, like just do it. You know, you're gonna call back anyway, so you might as well just do it while you're here. And I'm just like, you know what, bet. So we put a deposit down, which is like $1,500, and we just picked a date. I literally made it like soon. I made it in like 2 weeks, because I knew if I like made it longer, my anxiety would be atrocious. So if I made it like 2 weeks away, I could still manage it, and I could watch more videos and stuff. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, mind you, it was the only time I met the surgeon. There wasn't anything else. The next time, you know, they would see me was the day of the surgery, which I don't know. I'm trying to think of any of the other Sono Bella videos, if they actually like met you before the surgery and they actually asked you questions. I actually did stuff, like I did an introduction, like, and if the other offices do that, I highly recommend trying to do that, because I feel like I would have gauged him better. But I already made the deposit at that point. But I feel like I would have gauged my surgeon better, other than like the 2-minute interaction, the free consultation interaction I had. You know, because obviously you're nice there, but then, yeah, let's get into the story. So following, we drove another 2.5 hours, obviously the day of the surgery, and you can't have like any wigs or anything on. And yeah, so we got into there, and you literally see his entire interactions, which you guys saw on camera is literally what I dealt with. Like, it was a complete 360 the day of the surgery. I feel like what's important is you feel comfortable with your surgeon, and I think Chanel Richie's video is an excellent example of that. I really want to go back and actually watch it, because I feel like she did kind of talk to her surgeon before the surgery. I could be wrong about that, but like you can just tell they had an awesome, like, a bond before the surgery, and that is how you want to go into surgery. You don't want to go into surgery how I went into surgery, and it's like, it's a disconnect. It was awkward. Like, you can see he's kind of like cold. I'm trying to talk to him, and he's just being like very just abrupt, and he's doing whatever he's doing. I'm just trying to ask questions, because obviously he's like saying everything back to me almost condescending, like, oh, well, you know, blah 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 blah, like, well, obviously the surgery has nothing to do with the thing in your arm or whatever, because that was my biggest concern. I thought the thing in my arm, the Nexaplon in my arm, was another key factor in my weight gain. You can just literally go back to my video. I'm gonna put it right here, somewhere on the screen or whatever, or down below in the description box, my first Smart Lipo video, and just watch his interactions with me. It's just not good. Like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt actually, like, I didn't feel comfortable. I feel like he doesn't get a lot of like minority patients, which could be another reason. I didn't feel comfortable. And I go into the surgery, they give me the numbing stuff. Like, the nurse's aide, Gloriana, 10 out of 10. I love her. She was really nice. She made my surgery nice as well. Like, she made my whole experience nice, because if it really, I don't know why I think I'm getting emotional right now. Like, if it wasn't really for her, like, it would be really bad. Like, it would have been bad. But she was just, you've seen her video, like, her energy and everything is just awesome, and I really appreciate her. And everybody else there is kind of like, not like snooty, but like a little stuck up, and you can just tell. Like, she was saying how she used to be like 400 pounds. Like, she used to be not 400 pounds, but like 300 pounds, and she actually got the gastric band. So I was like, you can always kind of pinpoint people's energy and how, like, she was just different from all the other like people that he had worked with him. You could just tell, and I think that's why, like, she, you know, comes from a place of almost understanding in a sense. Not say I was like anywhere near that or anything, but like, she just comes from a different place of understanding, if that makes sense. So her personality didn't match, even though she was like really skinny and like looked like everybody else. Her personality didn't match the vibe that everybody else was giving me, if that made sense. Like, she made me feel very at home and very welcomed. So that was awesome. But so as we go into the surgery, you know, waving bye to my boyfriend in that video, I'm excited. They gave me the numbing medicine, blah blah blah, which, speaking of, the numbing medicine was like, I know everybody else got like drugs. I forget what I got. I think I got Benadryl and something else that really didn't do anything, and it was like the drug concoction. So then we go into the surgery room, and the room's tiny. It's just the bed in the middle, And yeah, I lay on the bed, and then the surgeon comes in, and here we go. This is the beginning of like the end for me. Like, here we go. So he comes in, and to start off with, they put like a sheath and stuff over you. They do all this prep beforehand. I'm just sitting here, like my heart's racing. I'm just like, I don't know what to expect. Like, you don't know what to expect. And I think that is like the worst part, but let's continue. So let's get into the actual surgery part. Yes, you are awake the entire time. You watch YouTube videos. Some people are asleep, some people are awake. I don't know, I guess. Well, they give you local anesthesia, or is it general? I think it's local anesthesia, because that's what means you're awake. And I think general is like they put you to sleep. So I know some people actually got put into sleep, like some people in Miami. I think even Chanel Richie was put to sleep, if I recall. I'm not quite sure. Which, if I can go back, I would love to be put to sleep. But anyway, let's get into the actual surgery part. So I'm laying on the bed, and the numbing process, he explains it to me. They're going to take a needle, and they're going to pinch it right in my belly button. And I was like, and I'm like, I already knew that, because I remember hearing about that in videos. So I'm like, okay. Like, I remember people saying like that was like one of the worst things. And I'm like, okay. And they did it, pinch or hurt, whatever. I was like, okay, that was the worst thing I have to expect this entire time. I'm fine with that. No. So I don't know how long that medicine takes to kick in to numb you or what, but I swear on my fucking life, I felt everything. So he numbed me. I felt like the medication like go into my belly area, and like it is like a little tingly sensation if I recall. Again, it was a while ago, so I'm trying to just recall. The entire surgery process was so traumatizing to me. So if I'm looking away this part, it's because I'm trying to recall things. So so he numbs me, and I remember, you know, they get the cannula or whatever, and he starts going like this with the fat, and that's, you know, him melting the fat and everything. And I tell you, I was trying to be, I'm the person, I'm not really gonna say anything first. I'm gonna try to tolerate what I can before I say anything. I will be the last person to say something, or somebody will physically have to say something to me before I like say how uncomfortable some people make me feel, or how I'm not like, or if I'm in pain, like this instance. So he starts going with the cannula. And when I say it felt like, I don't see, this is where it gets, not graphic, but this is where it kind of is concerning to me, because I don't think and to this day, let me know, please let me know. I really hope this video does something so people can like enlighten me on my experience. But I don't think you're supposed to feel that, but I swear on my life, like I felt him going back and forth. It literally felt like somebody was like stabbing me on the inside. Like I felt it hurt. It hurt. Like I felt it, and then I was trying so hard just to sit there and not say anything and not do anything, because I'm like, I can already tell his energy as it is, like it's just not good. And it just kept hurting and hurting and hurting, and I didn't say anything. And then I actually started to cry. Again, I still didn't say anything, and it was only until Gloriana again noticed that I was crying. She was like, what's wrong? And then I tried to explain, like I tried to open my mouth and speak. And I remember just being very overwhelmed, and then everything just came pouring out of me, and I'm just like it hurts. And the surgeon's like, what do you mean it hurts? And I'm just like, it literally feels like somebody stabbing, like it hurts. And I remember him feeling, he literally said back to me like, oh, like it shouldn't hurt, or no, he said nobody's ever said that before. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, like, and that made me instantly feel like some type of way, like, okay, I'm glad nobody has felt that before or said that before. Like I'm telling you it hurts. Like you see him crying, like I'm not just crying just to cry, because like I feel like my pain tolerance is pretty high, if I venture to say myself, because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna say anything. So like, yeah, nobody's ever said that before. And I'm just sitting here like, it made me feel like almost bad. I'm like, damn, like am I like being a pussy? Like no, I'm not. Like this shit hurts, it hurts. And so then he's like starting to like motion people and like get her the laughing gas. And so they give me the peroxide machine, because at first, I forgot about this. At first they asked me before the surgery started if I wanted that laughing gas. And I said no, because I don't like feeling like high and out of it. So I said no to that. And then she actually, this is what she said with that. She said, you want the laughing gas? She's like, most people actually don't even use it anyway. First, I don't like feeling high and stuff, regardless. She was like, most people don't really use it. I think I've only had one person use it due to surgery. I'm just like, okay, that's literally what she said. And I'm like, after that, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely not. Like everybody else was fine, I'll be fine. So they bring over the peroxide machine, which is like the laughing gas, and they start doing that, and they keep telling me to breathe, 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 breathe. And mind you, I'm not feeling anything, but I'm breathing, I'm breathing, I'm breathing. And mind you, I'm feeling everything that he's still doing down there. I'm like, I'm still like crying. I cannot stop crying. Like I'm crying. And they're like, he's literally like yelling at his, because there's like 4 or 5 people in the room. 1, 2, I want to say there's like 3 to 4 people in the room. I want to venture. He ended up kicking somebody out, which I'm getting to that. So, I remember just breathing, like Gloriana's like, she's like brushing away my tears. She's like, she's moving my tears out the way. And she's like literally like stroking my face and like talking to me. And I'm just like, if it wasn't for her, I don't even know. But, I remember as soon as they like released the laughing gas from my face, when I say, like, I'm thinking about it right now, I'm getting a headache. I was high as a kite. So I was high as a kite and in pain at the same time. So that made it worse. Like, it made everything worse because now I'm focusing my head. Like, I feel like I'm literally like spinning all over the place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you never been high before. I guess that's kind of the same thing, but it felt worse because obviously, you know, you're in pain too. But like, I don't know how to describe it to you. Like, literally me just sitting here describing it is giving me a headache. But that's what it felt like. It felt like I'm literally stoned out of my mind and pain. And then he has the nerve to be like, give her more laughing gas. Like, give her more laughing gas. I just remember like literally trying to tell them no and trying to put the mouthpiece like away from me because they kept trying to put the mouthpiece on. And the one girl, she's also nice too. Her name is Heather. I think I got her in trouble that day. I literally kept telling her no, and because the surgeon was like, put it back on her, put it back on her. I kept telling her no, like, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. And he was like, I didn't ask her. Hold on, how did this go? He said, I didn't like, because she was telling him like she doesn't want it. And then he said, like, don't question me. I said to give her more, like, give her more. And then I literally was like, no. And then she was like, no, she doesn't want it. So he ended up literally kicking her out the room because she didn't keep administering me the laughing gas. And I literally did not want it because I already was high as a kite. It wasn't working. Like, the laughing gas isn't there to numb your pain. You know what I mean? Like, the numbing medicine was there to numb my pain. I don't know what the fuck the laughing gas was for. I think it's more, if anything, is to calm people down. Okay. So Logan just came to check on me for a second. Yeah, I'm like unlocking new memories. Like, these are literally memories that I like, not blocked, but like kind of forgot I even had. So things are coming back to me, and I'm just really over here reminiscing on how like traumatizing this entire experience was. And I'm not making anything up. This is 100% what the frick occurred that day. And now you guys understand. If you guys watched my last video, you'll understand that like when Logan was talking to me and asking me like how I was and stuff after the surgery, how I literally was like, I didn't say anything. I walked out fine. I didn't say anything. I was like, I thought you said you bring the car around. Like, I was ready to go. Never wanted to be back there ever again. But let me continue. So he ends up kicking her out the room. This was after, like, actually, he was like, he's just rude. Like, he's just rude. I don't know. He's just rude to his employees. He was like getting mad at her, I guess, for not ordering the right gloves in the beginning of the surgery. Like, and it was like, he's like, I didn't ask you to think. Like, you're somebody, like, he's belittling people. Like, that's not, I don't know. His entire work environment, I already know, is toxic. But listen, it was like, I didn't ask you to think for me. Like, nobody asked you to make decisions for me. Like, I said, order those gloves. And she was like, okay. I'm surprised she's even still there. But anyway, if she even is, I haven't been there forever. I had like another follow-up appointment. They haven't even said anything to me or anything. That's literally the service that they provide. But anyway, so back to the surgery. Yeah, he kicked her out the room. Mind you, this is all happening as I'm coherent, high as a kite, but I'm still coherent, understanding what's going on. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is just, I don't know, it's a lot going on. But anyway, he kicks her out the room, and like Gloriana's taking over, which is the nice one. She's taking over, and you know, she doesn't, like, don't give me any more of the laughing gas. Actually, no, I think she still does, because he told her. Yeah, he does. He told her to do it, and she does have to do it. But I wasn't really breathing it in. I just let her put it there, but I wasn't really breathing it in. So that's literally my focus in the surgery. Like, he's still doing this, and I'm starting not to feel it, which is, I think the numbing medicine is actually, this is my theory. I don't think the numbing medicine kicked in instantly. I don't know if that was the way my body reacted. I don't know if it normally does. I don't know. I feel like, I know later on in the surgery it didn't hurt. Like, I literally just felt like movement. It did not hurt. And then I remember him being like, throughout the surgery later on, he was like, so it's like a 2-hour surgery. Later on in the surgery, he was like, okay, I'm about to get to her rib cage, like give her more laughing gas. And I would be the same thing. Like, she'd put it there, but I wouldn't really breathe it in. So I think it has to go in through your nose. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really breathing it in. Or if I was, it was like literally, I wasn't making myself high like I did early in the surgery. And he would go up to my rib cage and I didn't feel anything. So that's my theory, is that the numbing medicine just didn't kick in, and he didn't really heed my pain and literally me freaking bawling like that it hurt. He didn't heed any of that. He just kept going and like tried to like downplay me and was like, oh, nobody's ever said that before. Like, okay. Yeah, so just throughout the surgery, she kept trying to give me the laughing gas. Again, that was per his order, so I wasn't even gonna sit there and try to tell her and get her in trouble either. I literally just let her do it, and I just didn't breathe it in. And I would just kind of tell her like when it's enough, and I literally, she'd have it on for like 2 seconds. That was it. But the rest of the surgery did not hurt, and the rest of the surgery was not anything, you know, eventful. Like, the whole process is not supposed to hurt, and when I say I was in pure agony in the beginning, I was in pure agony in the beginning. So I'm not sure. I guess everybody's body is different. I still don't quite know what occurred there, and I want to, if I had the rapport that like Chanel Richie had with her surgeon, I definitely feel like I would be like, hey, in the whole beginning half, like, what was that? Or I feel like every other normal person would have just stopped if their patient is literally like, I don't know, like literally sobbing on their table and is telling you how much something hurts. And I can literally barely speak because like I'm getting choked up by my tears. Like, that's literally what occurred. So I feel like a normal person would stop, and I understand if you have next clients, whatever, but whatever, like, time out, and actually give me a logical explanation as to maybe what's occurring or something, instead of just saying nobody's ever felt that before and kind of just be dismissive and is like, and I'm trying to explain to him how it feels, and he's just not comforting in any sort of way. He's just very cold and just like ready to like keep it going. Like, I don't know, it was a terrible experience. And afterwards, I just tried to say bye to Gloriana in the video, as you see, but like I guess she wasn't paying attention. She already closed the door and stuff. And then after that, I was just like, I was ready to go. And then the follow-up appointments weren't any better. I feel like when you get smart lipo done, you still can kind of look at yourself and see an improvement. I feel like in all the videos I've seen, I looked at those people and I see improvement. I don't think there's been any video where I've been like, oh, it doesn't look like you got anything done. Where I look at mine, and granted, like my stomach is like really like flat and like really tight. My sides were always like a problem to me. My sides, mind you, should have been hit. I understand my flanks are like my back area, but my sides were never hit. So I'm actually about to show you what my stomach looks like now. You heard me in that video. Like, I voiced my concerns with my sides. Like, my sides did not look like they were going down. And still to this day, they did not go down. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I look like. Happy. Those are my $5,000 results. I don't care what you tell me. I feel like I should not look like this. So let's go into my aftercare. I got my massages up until I was supposed to. I wore my garment up until I was supposed to. Everybody switches their garment when they get smaller. And they told me that that was included. And I called back. I'm like, hey, am I supposed to get another garment? No, never got another garment from them. Actually, she told me I was supposed to wear my same garment. And I'm like, I feel like out of all these videos I'm watching, I'm like, everybody's downsized. So I downsized my garment because I'm like, I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to compress because you want your body still healing. You want it to compress and heal to your garment shape. So like, there's another thing there. I heard other surgeons say don't eat salt and stuff. And I asked them, they're like, yeah, you can have salt and sodium, because people said that is like, it bloats you. And I saw other surgeons say that, and I'm like, okay, if they're not gonna say it to me, then whatever. So like, it's just a lot of things with them that I just didn't care for. I'm gonna go briefly into the aftercare. I can do another video detailed about the aftercare, but I did the massages and stuff, and I feel like I shouldn't look like this. I don't know if I still have liquid or fluid in me. I don't know if anybody else down in the comments below wants to help and let me know. I actually gained weight after my surgery. I gained a lot of weight after my surgery. I believe I went in I have to check my first video. I don't know if I said my weight, but I think I was like 180, like 200 pounds. And actually, most people after surgery, I know it's not a weight loss surgery. I'm saying that again. I understood it wasn't a weight loss surgery. I know it was a body contouring. I thought I was gonna be able to get rid of my stomach fat because my like belly hung over and my sides were just massive. And I thought I was gonna be able to just at least contour my body so it wouldn't look like the way it did. And I ended up gaining, I don't know why I gained 20 pounds. I tried to ask him multiple times because I slowly started seeing myself gain weight. And I know you're supposed to lose a few pounds. Like, I understand it's not a weight loss surgery, but usually people lost a few pounds for their surgery. And I don't think it's normal at all to almost gain like 20 pounds. So and mind you, I haven't eaten out in a while. Like I don't really eat out that much anymore. Whereas, like I said, it was an everyday thing. Now, if anything, I make meals at home. Granted, they're not like the healthiest. And after my surgery, by no means was I the healthiest because, you know, I really couldn't. I had to do what I had to. I tried to eat like well for my eat out choices, but like I'm trying to make excuses, but we really don't live in a nice area. So we literally, if it's franchises or nothing, you know what I mean? There's a few other like little restaurants that I try to eat at, like Greek and stuff. There's only so many times you can eat that. And I try to just cut down little ways. Like I try to just do little things. It didn't last long, but I'm like, okay, you know, the fat won't grow back. I understand I'll grow back other ways. The fat won't grow back, even though you see my stomach right now, it looks fucking bloated. Like I feel like my stomach should not look like this. It actually looked better during the healing process than it does now. I don't know. I did my lymphatic massages. I wore my brace. I did what I was supposed to do. Not only was it a dramatic waste, a massive waste of $5,000, it was just an unnecessary traumatic experience that I would never wish upon like my worst enemy. It was just annoying. It was a lot. And I think I'm gonna do a more detailed video later, but essentially, I'm not saying by any means that I like go on a diet or do like all these crazy things after my surgery, but that's not even, I understand that stuff will enhance your results, but I definitely should not look like this. I shouldn't be heavier than what I went into before my surgery. So again, if anybody can let me know down in the comments down below. I don't even want to ask my surgery place because like I told you, I remember bringing up weight loss and he's like, oh, well, it can go up in other areas. Like we remove the fat from your stomach so it'll never grow back again. So it can go back in other areas. And that's literally what he said. So I'm like, you know what? I felt myself wanting to call the other day. I'm glad they were closed because it's like, I know I'm going to get the same answer. I'm not going to really get an answer. So, yeah. So I gained actually 20 pounds after my smart lipo surgery. And what's funny is my eating habits have, if anything, improved because I'm not eating out. I'm making dinner at home. Like, I don't know if it's stress. I don't know what the problem is. I just know that there's a problem. I just haven't really, I actually physically hope it's not like a medical problem and something I need to get situated because now that's actually freaking me out a little bit now that I'm thinking about. Because I just like let it go. I've let it, not let it go. I let it go in a sense where it's like, I know I wasted a lot of money. I know I wasted a massive chunk of change that didn't need to be wasted. I understood my lesson, learned. Now I'm not saying I would never not get lipo again, but I know now I have scar tissue and stuff built up there, even though I feel my stomach right now, it literally just feels like fat. So I don't know. It doesn't even feel like I got anything done. It doesn't look like I got anything done. Like I literally can feel fat. Like down here I can feel like it's hard because that's how my stomach did feel after my surgery, but like there's actually a scar from my surgery, but like right now, like I go like this. Like I feel like this is all fucking fat, but whatever. So it's just not funny, but almost ironic how way before I said something about my sides, and my sides actually never did end up going down. And he was, you know, hit the sides. You heard him in the video talking about how you might love handles hit. Of course I want my love handles hit. You know, I want that nice snatch look. Never got that ever. So all around, I don't want to keep rambling to you guys. It was just a massive waste of money. I know a lot of people in the comments last time were like, oh, like bedside manners are so important, blah, blah, blah. Like, how was I supposed to know that? Like, I met this guy for like 2-3 minutes. Like, I don't know. I didn't know that I would have to deal with like a narcissistic asshole the rest of the time. Like, how the hell would I supposed to know from the 2 minutes I interacted with him? So it's like to the point that I know you can't gauge that. I don't know if other surgeon places give you like a pre-op appointment, and even if it's something you have to pay for, it's 100% worth paying for, just so you can actually speak to your surgeon, gauge his energy, gauge that person. But I didn't get any of that. Like, it was literally just, hey, here's my free consultation. I drove 2.5 hours. It was like a 2-minute consultation. After that, it was a, you know, schedule the date. And then boom, I saw you again, schedule the date. And we did these post-ops. Post-ops were a gigantic waste of time. Again, as you saw in the videos, drove 2.5 hours. Like, they knew we were driving, drove 2.5 hours for this man to show me my before and after pictures. And after that first post-op, after him doing that, I was just like, there's no way this is what this is about to be like. Second post-op was the same thing. Post-op was the same thing. Post-op appointment. I'm like, this is insane. Like, he's literally just showing my before and after pictures. I kind of want to go back again, because I'm supposed to have another post-op, but nobody's even reached back out to me. I kind of want to go back again and literally let him see me now and be like, you know, what the heck happened? Because I look like I swole back. I don't know what happened. But I know, yeah, I have scar tissue built up, so I don't know if I'll ever get it again. Like, I want to get it again, but I feel like I would almost need to be unconscious, or somebody needs to explain to me why I felt what I felt in the beginning of that surgery, because I don't know why I felt that. I hope this video does something. I hope this video goes somewhere. I hope he sees this video, and know that I'm not a happy camper. I try to voice my concerns to you multiple times, just to literally be almost put down, in a sense. So, and that entire way you handle the surgery was completely unprofessional. I don't care how young I am, how anything I am. You don't know who I am. So the fact that you even acted like that is insane. Like, I really wish I was like a celebrity or something. I really could really just come at your business, but I'm not, unfortunately. So I just hope that a few thousand people can see this and understand my experience, understand that I don't want anybody to ever experience that, because that's not what that surgery is supposed to be. And it was just all around a mess, a disaster. And to me, it ended up being a waste of time and more of a nuisance than anything. So yeah, it's actually really disheartening and really saddening, but yeah. Yeah, I just feel like I look worse than I did. I'm actually gonna try to find a picture of my before, and I bet you I look the same. So yeah, all in all, that's my smart lipo experience from fucking hell. And yeah, you guys want to know what my experience was like? That's what it was like. It was god awful. What you saw in the video was practically what the entire thing was, except now you have some more detail and insight on how, you know, shitty everything really was. So there you go. My moral of the story is I did the research. I found a 5-star board certified surgeon. I looked at the results, like I looked at all that stuff, and at the end of the day, that didn't even take to me. I think what it really just boiled down to was poor and lack thereof, almost none bedside manners, like none. Just feeling like more of a nuisance to him and somebody he just wants to get rid of than an actual client. And I understand, like, once you pay and, you know, you did the surgery, that's kind of it. I know, you know, it's hard for, I guess, a person to really care about the aftermath, you know, especially since that person's not giving more money and stuff. But I think that was just god awful, and I really wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I hope nothing's medically wrong with me. I actually want to go and do like the laser, not the laser lipo, but like the little machine. I had somebody do that to me, like a lymphatic drainage. I don't really see any results with that either, because you're supposed to do the lymphatic massage, and I did the drainage because I thought that would help also loosen up some of that hard tissue, which I don't really have any of that hard tissue. It literally just feels like I have a whole bunch of fat on me. But it's like, if I pay for, I think it's like 10 sessions with this lady that's near me, that's like another $1,000. I'm just like, is it worth it now? I'm spending another $1,000 on something that I should have probably already had. And it's like, even if I spend that, am I even gonna, like, what am I gonna look like? Am I just gonna end up look like, I don't know. I'm to the point where the only way I think to do smart lipo is Chanel Richie. Again, I'm gonna say her video. I'm gonna say her name one more time because she is bomb. Chanel Richie. Watch her video on smart lipo. She did everything right. That is literally how you want to do it. And yeah, I don't understand her first day of surgery. She said she was lightheaded and like it fell over, passing out, making soup. I didn't feel any of that. I felt weak and stuff, but like I was moving around and stuff. Like I said, I was driving like the next week. Like I didn't feel bad at all. But yeah, she did everything right. She actually lost some weight before she went in. I highly recommend doing that. They always say get close to your goal weight, and I think I definitely looked at it as a shortcut. I knew I looked at it as a shortcut, but I didn't think that I would end up literally looking the same and gaining weight after the fact. So I circle right back around. Instead of just circling around to 0, now I'm at like -10. But regardless, I think the only way to do smart lipo is to ensure you have something with bedside manners. That's why I honestly find a surgeon via YouTube. That's the end of my story. I'm not discouraging anybody from getting smart lipo. I just told you my moral, what to look for next time. And yeah, without further ado, Shanti babes, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.